Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to get a high-end built-in look using IKEA cabinets. To catch you up, Chris and I bought a lake house that needed a lot of work. Our plan is to DIY it one room at a time while staying within a tight budget. And of course, we plan to take you along every step of the way, sharing our best tips for DIYing on a budget. I don't want you guys to be intimidated by this project at all, especially if you are a beginner. I did this completely 100% on my own. My husband was working on projects in another room, so I did this one all on my own, and I know you could do it as well. So the room that I'm going to be putting these wall shelves in is going to end up being a girl's room, and I had a lot of challenges with this room. One, I had really slanted walls, and there's no storage in this room at all. No closet, anything. So I really needed to add some storage. So my idea was to put a whole wall of cabinets that would be toy storage as well as like clothing, bedding, really anything we needed. I headed to IKEA to get the IKEA cabinets. I believe that's how you say it. I'm sure you'll correct me if I'm wrong, but I got 5 of these cabinets. I would say the most taxing part of this job is honestly putting together all of the cabinets. Now, these were a little bit trickier to put together than some cabinets I put together from IKEA. I think the reason why is because these actually have like a push touch to open, so they were a little bit trickier to put together, but I was able to get all of them assembled. Next, I put them into the room and I lined all my cabinets up so they were right next to each other. I knew that I was going to have a little bit of opening on either side, so I measured that space because I wanted it to be even on both sides. So I figured out how much of an opening I would have on either side and moved the cabinets around. I wanted to have one flat board on the top that was seamless, so I went to Home Depot and bought a board that I could cut up. So I measured how long I needed for the top piece. There was only going to be one seam on the middle. And I cut the board down to size and put it in place. Now on the side, I just used some scrap 2x4s as support pieces that I nailed into the wall. And then I was able to nail the top portion into the support pieces. I'm going to be using my Roby nail gun. I love this. You can buy nails in all different sizes. It's battery operated, so you don't need a big air compressor to use it. And I'll link the one I used down in the description box. Next, I measured how wide I needed my side panels to be. And I cut them out from the same board that I used for the top. I added some more 2x4 support panels so that I could put the sideboards in. Then I set my sideboards on the side and nailed those in place. If you're not already following me on Instagram, I definitely think you should be. I post so many DIYs, behind the scenes, shopping trips that I go on. So follow me at Liz Fenwick DIY on Instagram. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but trim is really expensive right now. So I've been trying to go to the Restore and get good deals on trim. So I went to the Restore and I found several pieces of trim that I could use. I didn't find all that I needed. I actually had to go to Home Depot and get a couple of the pieces I'm using, but several of the pieces are from the Restore that I got, just for a couple of dollars. So I'm going to start by adding my bottom piece. This was an awesome piece that I found at the Restore. I think it works perfectly on the bottom.
Like a ricochet, it will come back to you.
Then I added my front trim piece to the top with my nailer. Now with all of my trim pieces, what I'm wanting to do is I'm wanting to cover and disguise any seams. That's really what's going to give you that built-in look. Next, I'm going to cut pieces in between the cabinets. So this is going to cover up those seams that run alongside my cabinets. Now with the back piece, this is another piece from the Restore. I'm going to use liquid nail to hold it in place, and then I'll add in a few of my nails. The next step is going to be to add caulking. You want to make sure you add caulking to all your seams. So the edges where you put trim along the edge, this is going to finish it off and give you that built-in look. If you skip this step, whenever you go to paint, you're going to see a lot of the seams.
I used to let it in, all the things you said. You try to turn me into somebody else, but it will ricochet. I won't let it bite. I will look at you and tell you that I'm alright. Like a ricochet, it will come back to you.
I also added trim to the side where the wall is to make it look more built in with the baseboards. And don't worry you guys, a complete room tour is on the way where I show you how I redid the entire space.
If you're trying to hurry, my skin's getting thicker each day.
I finally made it to the step of painting. So I used some painter's tape to kind of tape it off around the edges. Now I researched what type of paint and primer was best to use for the IKEA furniture, and I found a lot of people recommending this bin primer. Now I tried to find it in a smaller one, I couldn't, so I ended up having to buy the larger one at Home Depot, which was kind of a bummer, but hopefully I could use it for projects down the road. So I started by brushing on the primer and rolling it on as well. Once my primer completely set, I did 2 coats of a pink paint. Now from here, I wanted it to dry for several days. So I actually left the doors open so that everything could dry really nicely before I went on to my next step. I I added some gold knobs that I purchased off of Amazon. I'll link them for you as well. But these weren't really necessary because the cabinets were like a touch style of cabinetry. But I liked the way they looked. I felt like they kind of elevated the cabinets a little bit, and they were also pretty affordable. Since this is going to be a girl's room, I wanted to do something a little bit whimsical. So I went on Etsy and I found a shop that sold these gold stars. I'll link the shop down in the description box. And I bought several of these gold stars. I wanted my gold stars to look very abstract, like they were flowing across the cabinetry. So I cut out all of the stars. And then to give myself a visual, I used painter's tape and I put the stars onto the cabinets. This really helped because I was able to see where everything would be laid out. I could kind of move some things around as well. Then I peeled off the backing, and these are basically like peel and stick vinyl that I put onto the cabinets as well as the wall.
Fine and you'll be gone when nothing's like I'm going for the gold, turning off the cruise control.
In the end, I took a room that didn't have any storage. I added 5 cabinets that are going to be perfect for toys, clothes, anything that we need to store in this room. My total cost for this built-in was around $500.
Green and filled with this, life is so much more than this. So where do you go when nothing's like home? I'm going for the gold, turning off the cruise control and take the long way home.
I hope I gave you guys a little bit of inspiration to try a project like this in your home, and I cannot wait to share with you the full makeover of this room. That is coming out very soon. If you guys are new to watching my channel, I would love for you to subscribe. I post new videos on Mondays and Thursdays, and I'll talk to you guys in our next one. Bye.